In this video, I have a $30 million market cap company that has $566 million in total assets, also did $422 million in revenue for 2023, have a massive $365 million order backlog, and are expecting $112 million in revenue for Q2 with positive net income of up to $1 to $2.1 million in net income, like I said, and these financials will be posted tomorrow. So that's a very massive catalyst. I'll be going over multiple different penny stocks in this video. Drop a quick like for me if you are enjoying this content. It does help me out. But you can see right here, the corporation expects a total backlog for the quarter ending June 30th, 2024, which is the quarter with the upcoming financials, to be in the range of $365 million. The company is cash flow positive based on a quarterly operating cash flow of $4.5 million, have not diluted any shares in the last 2+ years, have only diluted 2 million shares in the last 4+ years. So dilution is not a concern, as they do have this very massive balance sheet, just under $600 million in total assets. All of this is going on while this company is trading at a tiny $27 million market cap. So this is one with that very huge catalyst coming tomorrow. Guys, make sure you watch this entire video, have the notification bell turned on so you do not miss these time sensitive plays. I also have a $1.7 million biotech play, has way more cash on hand than their entire tiny $1 million market cap, as well as a very small 2 million share float. And this product that they've created right here is actually for, it's designed to deal with pain and nerve damage without the use of drugs or surgery, has no side effects, and this also promotes natural healing as well. And this product actually accounted for 90% of their entire revenue in 2023. It looks like, trading at 60 cents. This is a very unique biotech setup, as most of these biotech plays are losing massive amounts of money, do not have cash. And like I said, this one has a very low cash burn rate, has real revenue coming in that is growing very aggressively. Really like what they're doing. So this is a play you definitely want to see. So this biotech play I'm talking about is trading at 60 cents in NAOV, NanoVibronix Inc. Hope I said that right, but they do have some very impressive revenue numbers. And one concern here, I'm not actually in this one myself, but I am watching it closely. We are expecting financials very soon, so that's a big catalyst coming out. So for Q1 2024, it did $921,000 in revenue, only lost $600,000. So margins do need improvement. But if you compare this to the first quarter of 2023, 1 year ago, you can see revenue has went from $354,000 all the way to $921,000, and their margins have doubled, or at least they've improved that much. So they lost $1.1 million that quarter, lost $588,000 this last quarter. So margins and revenue did go up. One big positive here is they have a tiny $1.7 million market cap, a very small 2 million share float. So looking at their cash alone, you can see in their balance sheet they have $2.7 million cash on hand, which is way more than their tiny $1.7 million market cap, as well as $6.2 million in total assets compared to only $2.7 million in total liability. So most of these biotech plays are losing a ton of money, have no revenue coming in at all. So this is one that's creating this very unique device, has a very small or a very low cash burn rate. You can see their cash flow is, they're only losing around $500,000 the last 2 quarters. 3 quarters ago had positive cash flow of $3.5 million. But how did they do this? It was from the sales and purchase of stock that year. So I don't really look at that. I really like to look at their net income, their operational changes, what they're actually doing. So, not burning that much cash at all because they're not losing that much money. They do have 2 different products. They have the Pain Shield, and they also have their Euro Shield, which also has some benefits for, UTIs and other bacteria infections, prevents biofilm formation. But, this does not account for most of their revenue. The real revenue producer is this Pain Shield right here. So this is a device, an ultrasound therapy device for pain. No drugs, no surgery, no side effects, very easy to use, scientifically proven. And like I said, this did account for 90% of their revenue, I believe, in the last quarter of 2023. You can see accounted for just around 70% of their revenue for the first quarter of 2024. So obviously this is their main revenue producer. I'm not actually buying this one, just has a lot of potential and is one to watch, guys. I take a lot of these penny stocks and I watch them to see how they do improve, see if they do offerings, and then I look at them when they're beaten down to see if they have opportunities in the market. Now volume is completely dead, so would not take this one as a momentum trade. But they do have some dilution that, some of these warrants can be exercised around 2 million shares plus of common stock, I believe, just from, quickly reading that. These A1 and A2 warrants cannot be exercised until the stock price hits 147 per share. So those aren't even a concern right now. And if we didn't have these other warrants that, these 2.9 million shares, I believe 700,000 of these were exercised since the last financials, but I haven't really looked into it that much. But that is why this is not a buy for me. This is why any of these penny stocks I cover, you need to secure profits. One person asked me in the comments, why is dilution so bad? Let's just say, for an example, these outstanding shares went from 3 million shares to 6 million shares. They basically doubled. Well, let's say you own 10% before that happened. You now own 5% of the company. So it devalues your position as well as devaluing the company because there's more shares available. So your ownership is decreased. And dilution is one of the biggest concerns for these penny stocks. Now, the next stock we're going to talk about does have earnings tomorrow. AP, which is Amco Pittsburgh Corporation, a $27 million market cap, only a 14 million share float, 20 million outstanding shares, have not diluted in a very long time. You can see it did $422 million in revenue for 2023, lost $40 million. But you can see for the first quarter of 2024, did $110 million in revenue and only lost $2.7 million. And they do have this massive balance sheet. Looking at the balance sheet, you can see they have $565 million in total assets sitting, and this massive revenue sitting at a tiny $27 million market cap. Now, they do have financials coming tomorrow, and if management, what they said is true, we should see some very impressive financial results. You expecting Q2 net sales expected to be between $107 to $112 million, and you can see that order activity surged more than 50% versus the previous quarter, which is the first quarter, to achieve the highest quarterly order intake in the segment's history. So in their air and liquid processing segment, they had record new orders compared to the first quarter. So this is for the upcoming financial. It had this record order activity that surged 50%. And something else that is massive right here, the corporation expects a total backlog for the quarter ended June 30th, 2024 to be in the range of 360 to 365 million. A $365 million backlog just of orders alone, sitting at a $27 million market cap, makes them extremely undervalued. Amco Pittsburgh Corporation manufactures and sells highly engineered, high-performance specialty metal products and customized equipment utilized by industries throughout the world. Through its operating subsidiary, Union Electric Steel Corporation, it is a leading producer of forged and cast rolls for the global steel and aluminum industries. Also manufactures open die forged products that are tied to the oil and gas industry, the aluminum and plastic extrusion industries as well. The company is also a producer of air and liquid processing equipment. It has manufacturing facilities in the United States, England, Sweden, and Slovenia. So guys, something really big here. They actually had a fire in one of their Sweden plants, which disrupted or basically hurt their Q1 financials. They said they are almost completely on track. So this should improve their financials going forward, as well as having more expansions undergoing right now. Also participate in 3 operating joint ventures located in China, has sales offices in North America, Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. So they are actually expanding worldwide, it looks like, have a lot of big operations. Ticker AP is one on high watch, is holding over VWAP right now and trying to break this wall at 148, keeps getting rejected. So that is a current resistance level we are looking at right now. So it did kind of hold over there for a minute earlier on this 5 minute, but still a very key wall and level as of right now. Only has 186,000, and volume should be more volatile. Tomorrow is one of the hottest stocks to watch tomorrow with the earnings coming out. Are expecting strong earnings. Really just depends. Have to see those on paper. Looking on the daily, do have some key levels around the 158 level, as well as the 165 level, and then the 175, another key level right here, just around the 170 area. But these are some levels if we do get that volume in to come in and break out of. You can see volume has been dying out, so really just need that catalyst tomorrow and some very impressive results. I did look into night scope and some other plays you guys have been recommending, and I will try to post some of those updates near the end of tomorrow's video. Don't really see much potential with these plays. They are interesting setups, but do have a lot of negative concerns for those plays that are recommended to me. So I could briefly do an update, just depends. But I did look into these. Follow me at 6K_investor on Twitter. Do see some of my updates because I actually posted this at pre-market. It says I less edited this one at 9:50 a.m. But I did post this in pre-market. Did have a typo and I fixed it. But this one has went down 15% since I posted this. You think a stock's gonna go down? You can either short it or do put options, and that's what I am doing with LUMN, Lumen Technologies, as this one is completely overbought on the weekly, overbought on the daily. Lumen, I actually made a lot of money betting on this one last week, or betting against it, and that's exactly what happened again today. You can see this little area right here in pre-market. This one did fall under a VWAP right here, just under 5 minutes or a few minutes before the market opened, 5 or 15 minutes before the market opened, fell under VWAP, which is a sign of weakness going into market open, as this one is already completely overbought. So volume's already dried out after that massive 500% run. I already knew this is going to probably be a bearish week, or a bearish few days at least overall for Lumen this week, unless they get some kind of PR or news to reverse this. That's what they need, as volume and momentum has completely died out. But like I said, was a massive move to the downside. These options are up around 50 or 60%. We'll probably get out of these by the end of the day. Some massive news come out from the NASDAQ, as they are considering stricter rules for delisting of penny stocks. So if this goes through, we could see a lot of big volume come in and bring new investors to the OTC, as there could be a lot of new stocks that do get delisted. So if the amendments go through, NASDAQ will suspend companies from trading on their exchanges if their share price has been below $1 on the completion of 360 trading days, effectively doing away with the option to appeals. So no more appeals or chances to, basically regain compliance. If this happens, they will just go straight to the OTC. So they also seek to immediately send a delisting determination to any companies whose share price has fallen below $1 if it has affected a reverse stock split within the prior 1 year period. So there's some very big changes that could be coming to the NASDAQ market. So that's something to keep an eye out for, any updates with this, and see if they actually do implement these. That's all I have for the video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this play and any other plays you're watching, and I will see you on the next video.